Today I am going to be making jam tarts. I'm using Paul Hollywood's recipe from his new book, his new cookbook, A Baker's Life. So this is what he says about them. Jam tarts. My mom used to make these for us when we were little, often using leftover pastry from a pie. She'd dollop brightly colored Robinson's strawberry or raspberry jam into the pastry cases. Her tip is to not fill them too much or the jam can gurgle over and make a mess. Jam tarts are simple to make, but we love them and they're worth rediscovering for family teas or children's parties. They are very basic, very cheap, and a treat. There's not hardly any ingredients at all. You need 170 grams of self-rising flour, plus we left it out because we needed a little extra for dusting. We need 85 grams of cold unsalted butter or margarine cut into small dice, which we'll do in just a minute. We need 1 to 3 tablespoons of cold water, and we need about 15 teaspoons of jam, any flavor. I picked out the strawberry jam because I know that Kevin likes strawberry jam. That's why I got it. So I'm going to cut this into cubes and I'll be right back. So you have your flour, and I took my butter and cubed it, and you want to just add it together. We're going to be using our fingers, and we want to mix the butter in with the flour, and then we're going to add just enough water into it to where it forms a dough. So you might not use all 3 tablespoons. Okay, I've been doing this for a good 5 minutes, and it will make your hands sore. If you're not used to doing this, or your fingers, it'll make your fingers sore. So I took those, the cubes of butter, and I kind of just squashed them in my fingers, and I twisted my hands, and I kept moving from the flour from the bottom to the top like that. And so I haven't added any water though. So gonna put 2 tablespoons, we'll see. Normally Kevin's the one to do this, but I figured, I don't know, there's so few ingredients in this that I figured I would just give it a try. I'm gonna put another tablespoon. Okay, that looks good to me. I don't want to add too much more water to it. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is take some of my flour in here, spread it out. Now I have my rolling pin. I'm gonna roll this out, and it's supposed to be very, very thin. And I have a mini, a tart pan. I don't know if Kevin's shown it yet. You want a tart pan that'll, it's supposed to hold 12, and that's what I have. And you're actually gonna be able to make 2 trays of these, because this dough is gonna be really thin. Let's see. That looks thin to me, and it does not say to grease the pan. And you can use one, a fancy one that has like a scalloped edge if you want, and that'll make it look nice around the edges. So I'm just gonna get a couple here, and then let's see, I'll show you a couple. So you're gonna put it in here like this. Okay, I'm gonna show you, I've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I've made 8. So that Kevin doesn't have to keep filming me this whole time, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the next step. I kind of took the dough and pulled it up to the edge, and if I'm sure to Paul Hollywood, this is probably the simplest recipe in the world. To somebody who's never done this before, It's a 2, I guess, on the difficulty level. So you want to take your jam and you take a teaspoon and you just put a teaspoon in to each one of these like this. Okay, and then if you have extra dough, which I'm just going to assume I'm going to, you can take a star-shaped cookie cutter, he says, which I have this Linzer kit, and Kevin actually reminded me that we had this, and because he's made Linzer cookies, and it has a star shape in it. So you can take the star shape and you can cut it out, and you can put it on top of each one like that, and to make it fancy. So I'm not going to do that on top of all of them. I'm just going to do that on top of a few. Your oven needs to be on 392 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. And these are going to bake for 25 to 30 minutes. And you need to check it after 20 minutes. But 25 to 30 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, it has been about 22 minutes and we've taken them from the oven, and this is how they look, and you can see they are bubbling, very, very hot. And so you want to leave them in the pan for 5 minutes, and then you want to take them out and lay them on your wire rack and let them cool completely. So we're gonna do that and then we'll be back to try them. Okay, I have some of the jam tarts here, and I took a picture of them so that you can see them at the end. Some of them are prettier than other ones, and I guess this is one that you just have to play around with and you probably have to get good at. He probably considers this to be a really easy recipe. For me, for somebody who's not used to working with dough, it's a little bit more complicated, but it worked out.
I think the thickness of your dough has a lot to do with it.
Right.
And it's hard to get to a very specific thickness.
Right. So you just have to play with it.
Yeah.
It's good though. I like it.
Good and crispy dough. Oh, the crust.
I love the crust.
Sweetness of the jam's good.
Yes, that's perfect. And I picked strawberry because I know you like strawberry.
It's good.
Because me, I don't know what I would have picked for me, but I figured
some raspberry would be good.
Well, that's what
because it's strong. Yeah.
He said that too, and I think raspberry would have been good. But normally you
I like the strawberry.
are not as crazy about raspberry.
You know what? Raspberry is big over in the UK though. They use raspberry in all kinds of stuff. Those are really good. I like that. The filling is thickened up. The jam it's thickened up where it reminds me of a Linzer kind of cookie. That kind of chewy kind of feel to it. It's some of that's like that. By the way, if they run over on your tart pan, you basically just have to get it under cold water and scrape it because it sticks really bad. It's really hard to get.
That's why he said just put a teaspoon. Just put a teaspoon in each one.
Not heaping either, because if you heap it, it just bubbles over.
Right, but I like these.
This is the perfect amount right there, and that was one of Tammy's for sure. Because I did some, and almost every one of them ran over.
Well,
yeah, that's one I did. But the dough was, you can see how much too thick the dough was.
Right, and he did not re-roll my dough. So, but this is a good recipe.
Oh, yeah, it's really good, really easy.
This would be good for my American friends. You could do this over here. This isn't one, I know I got it out of a British cookbook, but this is just a basic recipe. You didn't need very many ingredients at all, and you can use any kind of jam you want. So you can easily make this at home.
Now, with or without seeds, it really, I mean, it's whatever you like, honestly.
Yeah, the picture in his cookbook, his had seeds in it. When I bought seedless because I just didn't look closely at it, and I figured seedless we would enjoy that. Yeah,
whatever you like, honestly.
Yeah, but this is very, very easy to make, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.